No one asked for it, but you're getting it anyway. And that's what KISS used to come out to. Instead of that, you wanted the best. You got the best. No one was asking for it, but you're getting it anyway.
No one asked for it, but you're getting it anyway.
3 more Police Academy movies. ACAB, Police Academy. Anyway.
Lock your doors. Activate the dog. Stand up the man. Stretch the wire, because they've taken to the streets. They're the graduates of Police Academy, turned loose on their first assignment.
You gotta build a trust between you and the people, and they'll respect you.
They're armed.
Now look, I'm serious.
And they're dangerous. Mahoney.
You have the right to sing the blues. You have the right to cable TV.
It's a nice piece.
Tackleberry.
I was referring to your sidearm.
Hightower.
Yo!
Yo?
Yo, sir!
Jones. Hooks. Captain Lassard. Commandant Lassard. And the lovable Lieutenant Mauser.
It's Captain Mauser.
Last year, they were in training.
Time to deploy for school.
I'll go when I'm ready.
You're ready now, mister.
This year, they're in charge. Police Academy, their first assignment.
Police Academy 2, their first assignment, 1985. The Police Academy cadets who graduated have now been assigned to the worst precinct in town. They have to help Captain Pete Lassard. Howard Hessman fights Zed, Bobcat Goldthwait, and his gang of the Scullions. Let me tell you, 13-year-old Sam definitely watches the Spotlight 88 drive-in outside Beaver Falls, PA, and laughed like a lunatic. Nothing has changed.
What are you, a nut? I'm a vegetarian.
As a 53-year-old, Sam watched this originally on Netflix, but then it was off there, so he bought 2 different Police Academy box sets to make sure he had it. Then it came out on a really cheap Blu-ray, and I spent too much on it. My wife has reminded me of this, and she said, I thought you were some libtard. Yes, but I love Police Academy. Chief Henry Hurst, George R. Robinson gives Lassard 30 days to turn on the 16th precinct. The job goes to Lieutenant Mauser, Art Matrano, and Sergeant Proctor, Lance Kinsey. This leads to Lassard calling up his older brother, Eric, of course, George Gans, and getting 6 new officers. Kerry Mahoney, Gutenberg, Orville Jones, Michael Winslow, Eugene Tackleberry, David Graff, R.A.P., Douglas Thacker, Bruce Mahler, Moses Hightower, Bubba Smith, and Laverne Hooks, Marion Ramsey. This is when Tackleberry falls for his eventual wife, Sergeant Kathleen Kirkland, played by Colleen Camp. And we're introduced to the adversarial and soon friend relationship between Zed and Carl Sweetchuck. Tib Kazurinsky, one of my favorite SNL cast members. Bill Paxton was offered the role of Zed, but he turned it down as he didn't want to be in too many sequels. What a world it would have been. You can make fun of these movies all you want, but they made people's careers. For example, Bubba Smith went on record saying he made more money from this movie than playing NFL football for a decade. That's because whenever they went through his salary, they said, we'll pay you 2% of the film's profits. He took that 2% and he got rich. Smart guy. Police Academy 3, back in training.
Police Academy 3.
Got it. The state says it can no longer afford 2 police academies.
We better call
Mahoney.
Your favorite graduates are back.
We're here.
Mahoney,
We're rubies.
What?
Hooks,
Don't move. They're back.
Callahan, Hightower, Tackleberry,
Do you want to kill me?
Backler, and Jones. Their assignment?
You're gonna make one hell of a cop.
Thanks, Dad. And would you give this to Mom for me?
Mold a brand new generation of recruits
That didn't hurt.
into a fighting machine in a matter of weeks.
Shit.
Then, together, they're going to save their beloved academy the only way they know how. By chance. Police Academy 3, back in training.
You're sitting in a non-smoking area.
Put it up when I'm finished.
You'll put it out now, mister.
What they don't know can't stop them.
A PG-rated Police Academy. Well, Still made plenty of money, cost almost nothing. It was shot in Toronto. Proctor and Mauser are back, and they meet up with former Sergeants Chad Copeland, Scott Thompson, and Kyle Banks, Brent Van Hoffman. Because there are 2 police academies, how does this happen? One must be closed. Mauser wants Commandant Lassard George Gaines to fail. Lassard wants to hang out with his fish birdie. Such are the stories the Police Academy sequels have been created to tell us. Well, Lassard gets an idea on how to win, along with Sergeant Jones, Michael Winslow, and Lieutenant Callahan, Leslie Easterbrook. He calls back Mahoney, Hooks, Hightower, and Tackleberry to help train the new recruits. New officers are Sergeant Fackler, Bruce Muller's wife, Deborah Lee Scott, Karen Adams, Sean Weatherly from Amityville, It's About Time. Yes, she's in the sweatiest sex scene ever. Tackleberry's brother-in-law, Bud, Andrew Paris, and Agata, Brian Tochi, of course, falls for Callahan. Will Brian Tochi play another stereotypical role in this? Of course he will. My favorite recruits, again, Sweet Chuck and Zed, who have come back into the story as enemies who soon become best friends.
Nice bike! William with the batteries!
This movie brings back many of the jokes from the first, like an appearance by Georgina Spelvin and the Blue Oyster. But I don't mind at all, honestly. These movies are like drinking cheap beer. It's not the best beer, but it's beer. And, I'm still eternally underage in my head. Say, how will I get beer? Oh, wait, I'm 53. I can just buy it.
It's tough to be a truck driving cowgirl! You awake? What kind of music you like? You like salsa? You like reggae? Something with that love beat? This is a song I wrote off my first album, and it goes something like this. When I was a baby, I had no taste. I couldn't get a job. I couldn't eat meat. It's literally like a love bell, but I kind of spruced it up, No, I don't take requests.
Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol.
Those talented graduates are back in Police Academy.
I want to welcome all of you to
Citizens on Patrol.
Citizens on Patrol.
The Police Academy has offered to train you citizens
You just don't think I'm fast enough anymore, do you?
to better protect yourselves.
Do we get to pack heat?
Attention all cars, attention all cars.
Mahoney,
Gee, I love saying that.
Jones, Hightower, Sweet Chuck, Zed, and Tackleberry.
Good idea.
From now on, by land,
You have the right to remain silent.
Who's gonna save me?
by sea, or by air, there's no escaping justice.
Gentlemen, may I see your license and registration plate?
I can blast them out of the sky, sir.
Not yet.
I should give them a warning shot first.
Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol.
Now be careful, because a 44 Magnum has quite a kick.
See it in your neighborhood while you still have one.
On Rotten Tomatoes, this movie has a rare approval rating of 0%, meaning no favorable boost whatsoever. I'm going to say it right here and right now. Rotten Tomatoes. You for ruining great-looking posters with the logo. Thank you very much for weaponizing criticism, and you for not having the same sense of humor collectively. Do love this movie, and you for putting stickers on my Blu-rays. Sometimes even not stickers and just obscuring the art on slipcovers. You motherfuckers. Fat kid rage. Anyway, I feel better. When he's not talking to his fish birdie, Commandant Eric Lassard is a good idea every now and then. Because the police force is overworked and understaffed, he's recruiting civilian volunteers to work with his officers at a program he calls Citizens on Patrol. Cop. This movie reinvents the premise of the first with Mahoney, Hightower, Jones, Tackleberry, Sweet Chuck, Zed, Tackleberry's wife, Kathleen, Callahan, Hooks, and Nagata training the new class, while Captain Harris and Proctor are back to torment. Who are these citizens on patrol? Well, Zed's love interest is Lord, played by Corinne Burr. She's in Joysticks, Surf 2, Zapped, and Stewardship School, so she's in my soul. Voiceover actor Derek McGrath is Milt Butterworth. Scott Thompson, no, not from Kids in the Hall. as Sergeant Chad Copeland, Billy Bird as Tackleberry's new best friend, Mrs. Lois Friedman, an old woman with a gigantic gun, David Spade as Kyle Rumford. That's Tony Hawk doing the skateboard stunts for David Spade. Brian Backer, Rat from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, as Arnie Lewis, and Tab Thacker, who would come back to the series as Tommy House Conklin. If you were a skater back in 1987, oh my God, you loved this movie. It was not rad. It's not thrashing, right? And not Gleaming the Cube, because that's bull. Thrashing was probably it. Or like a Bones Brigade video. See, I redeemed myself, I hope. Anyway, if you're a skater in 1987, this movie meant a lot to you. Beyond Tony Hawk, you have Steve Caballero, Chris Miller, Tommy Guerrero, Lance Mountain, and Mike McGill, pretty much the entire Bones Brigade, did an elaborate skating sequence. Stacy Peralta worked as second unit on this film and ended up having to replace Hawk as David Spade's stunt double, as Tony Hawk was too tall. Steve Caballero, street board, Pal Peralta board. That's what I skated for years. Big fat kid trying to do ollies. They skate to Woodbine Center, where Shazam and the Freshmen were also filmed, where they get busted and forced into the COP, much like Mahoney in the first film.
Hello, Carolyn DeFonseca here. Back to the Earth realm for a few moments. Taking a break from heaven, which is, as you can guess, wonderful. I have a light lunch with Mae West, and then grabbing drinks with Socrates, Harpo Marx, and Francis Langford this evening. But I wanted to take a brief moment and call out Sam's voice occasionally breaks like he's still going through puberty. Oh, Sam, you chubby goof.
Randall Tex Cobb and several gangs, including ninjas, and the movie pretty much Death Wish 3 without the rape and gore. Also in the tradition of future big stars being in these movies. Sharon Stone plays Mahoney's love interest. She attributes the collapse of her first marriage to why she made this movie, saying, hang out with the gang of comedians. It was the best therapy. While this movie is being made, the cast also appeared in a full-motion Police Academy video game for Hasbro's Nemo console. NBA Jam creator Mark Trammell told
Boom shakalaka!
Polygon, we actually made an interactive Police Academy game with the actors. We actually went down, had all the production, weeks of filming. It was all interactive. You could choose this path or that path. Everything was a big flowchart. It was a very exciting project. When Hasbro pulled the funding for the VHS-powered video game system, footage went away too. So somewhere, there is a lost Police Academy film. Does anyone care but me? No, no one else cares. We talked about Police Academysploitation on a past episode. You'll get more of those too. But you know what? I'm feeling it's 2:30 in the morning and I have work in the morning. Let's just do 3 more, right? I think we can do it.
They're back.
Come on in and register.
Jones. Hightower. Hooks.
Back off, you turkey!
Callahan.
I left.
House.
This old baby, it doesn't even break, it pulverizes.
Tackleberry. Proctor. Harris. And Commandant Lazard. Their assignment? Miami Beach. And they're beside themselves with excitement.
Get ready for Eric Lazard.
This time, instead of making arrests, they're going to take one.
He's thinking.
But when ruthless criminals kidnap Lazard, his loyal force put their vacation on hold and become bent on revenge. Once they spring into action, man for man, 10 for 10.
Whoa, dork.
They're the hottest force on the surf and sand. And they'll do whatever it takes, no matter how much it hurts.
Sir, help!
Police Academy 5.
Leave the swimming area now, mister!
It's the best in fun and guns under the sun.
Gutenberg's gone. Off film with 3 Men and a Baby. That's a cover story. See, not only turned on the lead role, he said no to all the sequels. Years later, he'd say he regretted this decision. He's been trying to make a comeback for the series, but Police Academy 5 Assignment Miami Beach, 1988. The producers replaced it with Matt McCoy, Sergeant Nick Lazard, the grandson of Eric Lazard, Bobcat Goldthwait, and Tim Kazurinsky. Also did not return the elder Lazard as a central character, due for mandatory retirement due to the machinations of Captain Thaddeus Harris and his henchman, Lieutenant Colonel Proctor. Can the Boys in Blue stop the Boys in Blue? Of course, come on. This is Police Academy. Before he retires, Lazard is chosen as police officer of the decade and brings his favorite students. Hightower, Jones, Tackleberry, Hooks, Callahan, and newest graduate, Thomas House Conklin. Long for vacation to Miami Beach, Janet Jones, soon to be the wife of Wayne Gretzky, he never splits nines, is also on hand as Officer Kate Stratton in between the many gags at the police convention. The sergeant unknowingly takes a bag of stolen diamonds. Is this a Jess Franco movie? It's the finality of the film where Zoid has no idea is part of a real hostage situation.
Hey, Sam, it's your hero, Sly Stallone. You got to slow down a little bit so people can understand you better. And remember, nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off. It wasn't my war. You asked me. I didn't ask you. Anyways, get back to your show and keep punching.
One of my favorite moments of the franchise. I love a wacky hostage situation. I love that Police Academy movies have great actors in the villains. This time, Renee Auberjonois surely deserves better. But as a game of sport in an interview, he said, why it shows the things a mystery to me sometimes have done things in the face of what you think, why would anyone do Police Academy 5? I had to look at the role and see if there's a reason to do it. I did it because there's opportunity to play a character nobody else was ever going to let me play. I had a great time doing it. Don't regret it for a minute. Do it again in a minute. The side note, I call it, there's a Police Academy stunt show at Warner Brothers Movie World in Australia. It was also the longest running stunt show in the world. 18,000 shows performed. They also ran a show at their Germany location. And the Madrid location, as of a couple of years ago, still had the show running. Police Academy lives even 26 years after the first film. Let's look at this link now. I haven't looked at this link in a while. Loca Academy de Policia. Don't miss it. We're in our final performances. Limited capacity. We recommend arriving 45 minutes before the show starts. So this is the last one. Chase shootouts and lots of laughs used to await you. Please, I'm sad now. Plenty of action, breakneck speed, and incredible work from our stunt performers are what you'll find at Police Academy Show. Take a seat. Come enjoy a half hour of unparalleled tricks and stunts up to 10 vehicles at different sizes, types, and engine sizes. Our stunt performers will create breathtaking feats that will leave no one indifferent. Join our quirky officer from the Los Angeles Police Academy, Mahoney, Kirkland, Schulman, Tackleberry, Lieutenant Harris, and Commandant Lassard as they battle the city's most feared gang. Police Academy, a show for all ages. Ideal for the bravest is a must-see. You can also enjoy this exciting show at the impressive Stunt Theater, an open-air auditorium with covered seating located in the Movie World Studios area. The day your visit, don't miss this stunt show packed with moments of tension, humor, and action. Check our daily show times. Remember, capacity is now limited to continue enjoying adventures with responsibility. Take advantage of the last shows before they're gone. If anyone else has gone to this Police Academy thing.
Hello, dreamers. Robert Evans here. Yeah, I'm dead. But let me tell you something, kid. If you think you've been to a party, you haven't seen anything. Not until you've secured a VIP table in hell. The lighting? Exquisite. The crowd? A-list. Just last night, I'm sitting there with Gene Rayburn. Beautiful man, held a microphone like a scepter, and we're critiquing the first run of Centerfolds. Suddenly, Hef glides over. He looks around, swirls a snifter of magma, and says, Bob, I gotta be honest. This lake of fire, it beats the grotto. Pure magic. But we need to talk about a real tragedy. We need to talk about my pal, Sam. Picture the scene. Sam is sitting with his wife, a goddess, a vision in Technicolor. And what does he do? Does he offer her the world? Does he option her a script? No. He spends 10 minutes delivering a monologue on the cinematic nuance of Police Academy. He's pouring his heart out to this woman about Tackleberry. Now look, I've made mistakes. I lost Allie to McQueen, the king of cool. It hurt. It was a box office disaster for the heart. But at least it was McQueen. This guy Sam, he didn't just drop the ball. He took the cake. And he left it out in the rain. What's that? You caught it? 2 MacArthur Park references in one monologue? You bet your ass. Richard Harris is sitting right over there at the bar, and let me tell you, Sam, he wants his royalties. And now, back to my eternal punishment. And the show.
Police Academy 4 is released. Rex Reed, star Myra Breckenridge, said, they make another Police Academy movie, I'll leave the business. Producer Paul Maslansky said when this movie is released, Reed is one of the reasons I'm making Police Academy 5. I expect him to be a man of his word. Sadly, nope. Rex Reed didn't do it. Anyways, Police Academy 6. City Under Siege.
An evil crime lord is getting inside information.
We've suspected that there was a leak in this precinct.
It could be anyone. Making us look like a bunch of fools.
Damn that.
Hightower. Hooks.
You can pick it up at the police impound yard. Boy!
Callahan. Tackleberry.
You'll take the bus and like it now, mister!
Jones.
Target human.
Backler.
Hey!
Harris.
Make my Christmas.
Or Commandant Lazard.
I know we shall soon triumph over our enemies.
They love their work. And it shows. When it comes to in-flight service and on-the-job safety.
I have just the men for the job.
They're the biggest wheels around.
That was very exciting, wasn't it?
Police Academy 6, City Under Siege.
If you laughed at the fact that the director of this movie's name is Pete Boners, you're going to love this movie. Harrison Proctor must work with the good guys to apprehend the mastermind whose gang is running wild all over town. Bonus points, as always, great actors playing the bad guys. Garrett Graham from TerrorVision, Phantom of the Paradise. Commandant Lazard assembles his finest men and women for the case, including Hightower, Tackleberry, Jones, Hooks, Callahan, Fackler, and Mahoney's replacement, and his nephew, Nick, Matt McCoy. Billy Bird also in this, playing a totally different role in Mrs. Feldman. So if you demand continuity in the Police Academy cinematic universe, you're out of luck. That is, however, Grandmaster Melly Mellis and Allison Mack, what that Smallville actress charged with sex trafficking conspiracy, and forced labor conspiracy as part of a role in the next him called Who Would Have Guessed Those Wacky Volleyball Kids? The following year, Paul Zelinsky would produce Ski Patrol, which he had hoped would replace Police Academy and have several sequels. It failed, as did this movie. There would not be another Police Academy movie for 5 years. Let me tell you, I was 17 when that happened, and I was peeved.
When I was 17, it was a very good year. It was a very good year for small-town girls and soft summer nights.
Luckily, by the time I was able to legally drink, Police Academy 7, but just called Police Academy, Mission to Moscow, I spent a lot of money to get this on DVD.
After half a century of opposition, the two largest world powers have finally begun working together. But now, just when we thought the Cold War was over, leave it to these guys to heat it up again.
May I kiss you again? No, you may not.
Police Academy, Mission to Moscow.
To kick many, many buttskis.
Those fearless five from the Force are together again on a mission of peace and understanding. Because the Academy's finest will stop at nothing
Amerikansky police.
when it comes to fighting crime.
Do you have proof? Do we have proof?
They're not sitting down on the job.
Machina Boobski.
They're not being taken for a ride. And when it's time to use force, excess is best. They're about to show Russia just how ugly Americans can get. The Cold War may be over, but give them time. They just got here. Police Academy, Mission to Moscow.
We are indeed forced.
Nobody ever wants to watch it with me. My love for Police Academy movies, not to mention Christopher Lee, anointing the worst movies on physical media, is unmatched. You know what's awesome about the world we live in? Of all the movies to be the first Western film to be shot in the Soviet Union, Police Academy Mission to Moscow broke the Iron Curtain. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. Lensic right in the middle of Red Square. Commandant Lazard, Sergeant Roosevelt Jones, Sergeant Eugene Tackleberry, and Captain Debbie Callahan are joined by Cadet Cal Connors, Charlie Schleider, and the much-despised Captain Thaddeus Harris, G.W. Bailey. Wait, where's Moses Hightower? Well, Bubba Smith was asked to return, but he was told that Laverne Hooks, Marion Ramsey, wouldn't be involved. He quit. This is exactly the scene in the first Police Academy, which makes me emotional. Russian gangster Konstantin Kanali, Ron Perlman, is using Tetris to launder money. Russian Commandant Alexander Nikolaevich Rakov, Christopher Lee, brings in help from a man he met at a police convention. Commandant Lassard hijinks, as they say, ensue. Is that Claire Forlani? Is that original Musketeer Lonnie Burr as a gay Russian? Would you believe that the October 4th, 1993 assault on Russian Parliament building almost took out the entire production team? For his part, Perlman considers his work in the film public service, as he felt he shut down the series, saying, "I'm not going to apologize. I did that piece of shit." He forgets, as does much of the rest of the non-bonkers world that was... He forgets, as does the rest of the world, that there was a 1997 Police Academy syndicated series that followed a new crew of recruits across 26 episodes. Only Michael Winslow would return as Jones, but there were guest roles for Easterbrook with Callahan becoming a DA, Art Matrano as Mauser, Gaines as Lassard, Graff as Tackleberry, who is now a captain, Colleen Camp appearing in archival footage, and Tim Kazurinsky returning as Sweet Chuck. Bubba Swift would finally come back as well, with Hightower being promoted to a captain. In episode 19, there was also a 65-episode cartoon series that spawned a comic book and Kenner action figure line, which is incredible when you consider the first Police Academy movie had a blowjob scene and was rated R. While the TV series is unavailable on DVD or even streaming, the cartoon certainly is. It was animated by Toei, the same studio that made Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon. Oh my gosh. You know, look, I'm saying it. I don't know why. I guess the Police Academy movies are too populist, right? That's fine. But, like, I don't get why. I don't know. Comedies are kind of dead now, huh? I heard somebody say that the other day. And, like, you know, there's the sentiment of people that would enjoy Police Academy against the police is at an all-time gap. So I don't see it happening. I don't know, though. Like, there's also, like, you know, the country's half and half. So the other half of the country would like it, but then you're making fun of cops. So it's like a weird line to be on. Anyways, I love Police Academy. If you have a favorite Police Academy, tell me. BNSpotmovies@gmail.com. Send a comment here. Please review, like the show. You're watching it on YouTube. Ring the bell if you're subscribed. Share a review. Do that stuff. That helps. No money needed. Just do that. Just take 30 seconds. Give me one of these, as Aunt Rodney would say. A little O. Thanks.